Good morning, everybody. It's Lindsey Huddleston with SPS back in the building. Another SPS Monday Motivation. Hope you had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. Weather is so funny. It went from 70 to 50, but hey, looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, and I look forward to it. I'm just excited. I already got on the bike this morning. Feel real good. I know Detroit is feeling a certain kind of way about what's going on with them Pistons, but it's okay, though. It's okay. So what is today's Monday Motivation? 51%. What are you talking about, Lindsey? What's the rest of it? No, just that. 51%. That's right. I want to talk about 51%. So here we go, folks. 51% is centered around the idea that putting in just over half, 51%, can tip the balance in your favor, especially when facing fear, doubt, and adversity. I'm not talking about in the test. You don't want to get 51% on the test, right? But I'm talking about sometimes we get so caught up that we got to be so completely all in on something, or we're sometimes unsure. But sometimes it's that 51%. Who do I have this morning? Good morning, Michelle, Mimi Walker. I'm waiting for the barbecue invitation. The weather getting a certain way. Hey, I'm waiting on the barbecue invitation. I'm just saying, I put it out there and I'll leave it at that and I'll take it. Got my brother Aaron Mays in the building. Good morning, Lindsey. Good morning, you too, brother. Talking about 51%, because sometimes we can be so overwhelmed, have so much anxiety and so much concern. But if we just think, as they say, the faith of a mustard seed, that 51% can tip the scale, right? And what does that look like, huh? And sometimes the visuals help. What does that look like? That's what that looks like. That 51% is all we need sometimes, right? So let's stay with that, folks. Let's stay with that. 51% represents a majority. It's just over half, but it wins the vote, it tips the scale, and it breaks the tie. So sometimes we don't have to be completely all in or have all the answers or be certain way, but we got to have enough to lean in on. I'm going to tell you what that's going to do for you in a minute, what kind of response I get. Got my brother Kevin Marsh. I got good folks this morning. Good morning, my brother. How you doing? We're talking about that 51%. So in life, folks, you don't always have to be 100% sure or 100% ready or 100% confident, but you must lean toward action over hesitation. Anybody ever rode one of them segways? Yeah, they got banned after a while because people was going off the cliff. But when you lean towards it a little bit, it makes you go, right? The goal is what? Put just enough belief, just enough effort, just enough intention to move forward. Because sometimes we don't have it all the time. Sometimes we don't see it completely, but you can have just enough to help you move forward, right? And it was going to come down to this: having faith over fear. Choose 51% faith. Sometimes that's all it takes. A little bit more faith than the fear. Because that fear, boy, that fear be boxing, right? That fear be throwing them right hooks. But that faith over fear to say, you know what? I'm going to stand on this. I'm going to take it on the chin and keep going, right? Faith over fear. Also, demand belief in something you can't see. They both demand that. Faith demands belief in something you don't see, and really the fear does too, because you don't see the fear. You think about it. They both are in the same category. So what you go choose? Michelle Mimi Walker says progress, not perfection. You know what? You good for that. Let's keep moving forward. And I think we put ourselves in a position that if it's not perfection, we don't want to do it. We're talking about progress, but not perfection, right? Choosing 51% faith over 49% fear, you win the game. Fear keeps you moving forward, and even when you're unsure, you can still go with that. I'll say that again. Choosing 51% faith over 49% fear keeps you moving forward. So even if you got a little bit more faith, that's going to help you go. As Michelle says, progress over perfection. So let's put it in athlete terms. An athlete recovering from injury choose to trust the process, even if just slightly more than the doubt. Yeah, you go through that ACL injury. You say, they say, just do your PT and all that type of stuff. Trust the process. It'll get back right. But when you're going through that pain at the time, you can't believe that. So let's break it down to science, the science of resilience, right? Go have a great time talking to the varsity softball team at Ferndale today. I look forward to getting with those young ladies, a bright group, talented group. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity. Simple definition, right? How do you bounce back? Studies have shown that even a minimal cognitive reframing, seeing the situation slightly more positive, can shift your mindset in a minimum way. You don't got to be all in, chest out. Just the minimum way of saying, you know what, I think I might be all right. That's just enough to shift your mindset, and that can help you going forward. Your 51% effort fuels momentum, and that becomes motivation. Talk about that big mo, baby, that momentum that Dick Vitale talks about, that 51%. That's the other part. We talk about that snowball effect. Once you get going and it starts rolling, now you're like, oh, I'm good. So sometimes it just takes a little bit. Sometimes we think we got to be all in, the biggest of the biggest, the baddest of the baddest. No, you got to just have a little bit of faith, a little bit of courage to move forward, and that'll help you. And we talk about what? That momentum effect. You want to get that. Putting in just 51% effort triggers the progress principle, which means small wins drive motivation, right? Teresa Amabile, the Harvard Business Review, wrote, "Of all the things that boost emotions, motivation, and perceptions during a workday, the single most important is making progress. A little bit of progress. That's why it's been said you should make up your bed in the morning, because that one goal, accomplishing one goal in the morning, gets you going. So, okay, what do I have next, right? Let's get some real world examples of what this looks like. We like to keep it all the way real, right? What's some real world example? Again, the student athlete who's unsure about their role but shows up and gives that extra 1% because becomes a leader through consistency. I got my coach here. You know what that's about. I tell these young people all the time, you may not have the best swing, you may not have the best, shot going down, but you can give some effort. It don't take no skill to play some defense. It don't take no skill to clap it up and be a good teammate, right? Let's move to the business world, to the entrepreneurs out there. Entrepreneurs who battle imposter syndrome, meaning that I don't think I'm supposed to be here, but you keep pushing, ends up launching a successful business. You got to just keep pushing. Like, man, I'm kind of uncomfortable. And sometimes we be having these thoughts, man, I'm going to shut it down. No, you got to keep pushing. You got to keep going. Let's talk about the parent or the mentor that feels overwhelmed but keeps showing up, and they create a legacy of support. You got to just keep showing up as a parent. There's no blueprint to being a good parent. And you can raise one kid and the other kid be totally different. Hey, we have a soon-to-be 13-year-old. Madeline will be 13 in a few weeks. I've been saying she's 13 already. But, hey, it's been a great thing. But we hung out the other day, and it was a good thing. We hung out this weekend. It was great. Never give up, what Kevin Marshall says. You know about that. Never give up. Simple but powerful, right? Also, too, what's the call to action? You got to give 51%. You don't need to be the best, and that's our problem. Society and this thing right here plays into that, where we think we got to be the best, whether it's a selfie or whatever's going on. Man, I saw what they're doing on social media. You don't know how many times they retook that picture, what the filter is like, or what's going on. You don't need to feel 100%. You don't have to feel 100%. Sometimes we think we got to feel 100% to make it happen. You just need to do what? Lean forward a little bit. Try a little bit harder. Believe a little bit more than your fear, and you'll be surprised at what take over. And that you'll get your power back, right? Your 51% is your power. That's right. Use it today. What we got right here? Got Dennis Childs. Good morning, brother. Hey, game day by day, baby. That's right. Good morning, day by day, baby. That's right. Dennis, how you doing, brother? Good to see you out here. So you got them ribs on your profile. Hey, you serious about it, right? Hey, we appreciate you checking in, man, and everything that's going on. Appreciate you so much, going way, way back, right? So what do I want to leave you guys with? Your 51% is your power. Use it today. Don't get caught up in perfection. As Michelle says, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. Lean in a little bit. Rely on something called momentum that'll help you and take you through the day. And it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great week. It's going to be a great month. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great life. Hey, I appreciate you guys checking in. Let's just go out there and think about that 51% that can get you where you got to go. Use your power. Make it happen. I'm excited. Looking forward to a great day, and see you guys soon. Peace out.